This is my summary of the book The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F, written by Mark Manson. This
Video
video is informal and often contains
contains
quotes from the book as well as my own thoughts. This summary also includes
includes
key lessons and important passages from the book. Before jumping into the
video
video, I want to make it clear that the word fuck means worries in here. Don't try. The first advice is little bit different from what many other self-development books and many teachers are telling you. The key to a good life is not giving a fuck about more, it's giving a fuck about less that are important and truly fuck worthy, because less might actually be more. Finding something important and meaningful in your life is perhaps the most productive use of your time and energy. Happiness is a problem. Everybody wants good things in their life, the good emotions all the time. What everybody never consider is what pain are they okay with or what are they willing to struggle for, because happiness requires struggle. We must enjoy process towards goal. For example, people do not climb the Mount Everest just for the top view. You climb it for the sake of climbing. When you are up there, you say, "Oh, nice view and really fresh air up here." And then again, you immediately start climbing all the way back down. Happiness is therefore a form of action. It's an activity, not something you can magically discover. You are not special. We have become a generation that feels entitled. Entitled people feel that they deserve special things without actually earning. The author Mark Manson have mentioned two types of people. I am awesome and the rest of you all sucks, so I deserve special treatment. I suck and the rest of you are all awesome, so I deserve special treatment. Although they are two different mindsets, but in the core they are just the same. Entitled people only see their positive side. They can't acknowledge their problems and weaknesses, and sooner or later reality will hit and it will be painful for them. The point is that it's okay to be average. Once we accept this, then we can start improving ourselves and getting better at whatever we want. Chapter number 4: The Value of Suffering. If problems in our lives are unavoidable, then the question we should be asking is not how do I stop suffering, but why am I suffering, for what purpose? Self-awareness is like an onion. There are many layers to it. The first layer is a simple understanding of one's emotion. What is the emotion? How do I feel? The second layer is an ability to ask why we feel certain emotions. Why do I feel that way? The third layer is our personal values. Why do I consider this to be a success or failure? It's important because our values determine the nature of our problems, and the nature of our problems determines the quality of our lives. Shitty values. There are four shitty values according to the author Mark Manson. Pleasure. Pleasure is great, but it's a horrible value to prioritize your life around. Pleasure is the most superficial form of life satisfaction and therefore the easiest to obtain and the easiest to lose. Pleasure is not the cause of happiness, rather, it is this effect. Material success. When people measure themselves not by their behavior but by the status symbol they are able to collect, then not only are they shallow but they are probably stupid as well. Always being right. The fact is, people who base their self-worth on being right about everything prevent themselves from learning from their mistakes. To assume that you're arrogant keeps you unattached to superstitious or poorly informed beliefs and promote a constant state of learning, and growth. Staying positive. Sometime in our life, things go wrong. People upset us. Accidents happen. These things make us feel like shit, and that's completely fine. Rather than just denying our problems, we should try to solve them. One day, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful thing in your life. Chapter number 5, Responsibility. There is a simple realization from which all personal improvement and growth emerge. This is the realization that we individually are responsible for everything in our lives, no matter what the external circumstances are. This is powerful stuff. If we realize that we are responsible for everything in our lives, then we get to improve ourselves. There is a difference between blaming someone else for your situation. Nobody else is ever responsible for your situation but you. Many people may be to blame for your unhappiness, but they are not responsible for your unhappiness. This is because you always get to choose how you see things, how you react to things, how you value things. Because often the only difference between a problem being powerful or painful is a sense that we choose it or that we are responsible for it. Chapter number 6. You are wrong about everything. A man who believes that he knows everything learns nothing. Certainty is the enemy of growth. Instead of striving for certainty, we should be in a constant search of doubt. Doubt about your own beliefs, doubt about our feeling. Instead of looking for how we are right all the time, we should be looking for how we are wrong all the time. Also, doubt about what Mark Manson says, doubt about what I say, doubt about what your teachers taught you, and doubt about what you are telling to yourself. Mark Manson offers 3 questions that help us be a little less certain about ourselves. Question number first. What if I am wrong? Before you protect your opinion, ask yourself what if I am wrong? As a general rule, we are all the world's worst observer of ourselves. Question number 2. What would it mean if I were wrong? The possible answer can be that if you are wrong, then you might be behaving like stupid. Question number 3. Would being wrong create a better or worse problem than my current problem for both myself and others? That simple reality, if it feels like it's you versus the whole world, chances are it's really you versus yourself. Chapter number 7. Failing is the way forward. Improving at anything is based on thousands of tiny failures, and the magnitude of your success is based on how many times you have failed at it. If someone is better than you at something, then it's likely because he has failed it more than you have. If you think about a young child trying to learn to walk, that child will fall and hurt itself hundreds of times, but at no point does that child ever stop and think, oh, I guess walking just isn't for me, I'm not good at it. If you want to get success at something, you will certainly have to fail many times. So, failure and pain is not the opposite of a success, but a part of a success. To do something principle. When I was in high school, my math teacher used to say, if you are stuck on a problem, don't just sit and think about it. Just start working on it. Even if you don't know what you are doing, the simple act of working on it will eventually cause the right ideas to show up in your head. Personally, if I have trouble getting started with work, I just clean my desk. That's super easy and only takes few minutes, and after doing this suddenly I feel like I could actually start work. The importance of saying no. Learning to say and hear no can actually improve your life in two key ways. When you make a commitment to something, then you must have to say no to something else. Because giving your time to something is actually taking your time from something else. To build healthy relationship, both parties must be able to say no. This will establish their boundaries and take ownership for their own problems. Only then can true understanding, trust, and acceptance be established. That's why rejection is an important and crucial life skill. And then you die. Death scares us, and because it scares us, we avoid thinking about it, talking about it, sometimes even acknowledging it. The author Mark Manson mentioned two sides in this book. Death terror. If there is no reason to do anything, then there is also no reason to not do anything. You are going to die anyway, what do you have to lose? So your fear and embarrassment and failure do not mean anything. Immortality projects. Humans have two selves, a physical self that eats, sleeps, and snores, and a conceptual self, which is our identity and how we see ourselves. As we know that our physical self is mortal, we try to make sure that our conceptual self will not be forgotten. This is why people try so hard to get their names on buildings, statues, or on books. The point is that people do not really live for life purpose, but the desire to never truly die. Therefore, we do not truly live. A man who lives fully is prepared to die at any time.